You know what really gets on my nerves?
What's that?
How the girls gang up on me all the time and they make me cry. I've cried. And you don't care.
About that you're crying?
No,
of course I care.
You care about me crying, but when they come at you, you do not respond the same way. I go crazy.
I don't.
Okay, so I think this is a great, nothing got solved.
Oh, we're getting
Yeah,
in. Okay.
we're going to do this about
Let's do it.
how the girls gang up on me and why it bothers me so much and why it does not bother you. It's amazing to me.
They do gang up on me, in fairness. Well, first off, I work in television, and you have to have a thick skin for that. I am a man in a house. I have been a man for 20 plus years in a house with 3 daughters who have all gone through their own midlife crises. And I have a tough as nails wife. Do you think if I listen to what people say about me, do you think I could even get out of bed in the morning?
I guess when you put it that way, but they come at me and it bothers me. Like, okay, sure, I get it. You've been with us, and yeah, I'm a woman. I am used to bad behavior all around me, and women have no problem telling you exactly how they feel my entire life, and these 3 have broken me down.
I know, and I feel bad about that. I generally do not let them break me down. I have had moments, and when I have, I've like really blown my stack, and everybody looks at me like I'm the wild man, like I'm the insane person. I recognize their micro expressions on their faces. I recognize the subtle attitude in a 2-word text. Mm-hmm. I see it all. I just don't absorb it all like you do.
I think they're girls, so they know what to say to make it hurt to another woman.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what it is. Like they know the words to say. For you.
Well, aren't most female insults directed around age, fat, or ugly? Like, really? Mm-hmm. Like, those are the 3 things that women levy against each other?
Yeah.
Or, okay, so in this particular case, they're basically telling you they think you're a bad mom.
Oh, yeah. Okay, when they go there, though, okay, so it's usually beauty. You're right. It's like age, looks, weight, and then if they really want to come at you, it'll be like your parenting skills. Like those other 3, you can be like, all right, whatever. They're just, okay, they're mad, so they said my hair looked bad today, whatever. Like one time I came home with a haircut, and like they all sent me pictures of like, that kitty cat that has like a bowl on its head, that meme that goes around. It's like, it looks like a piece of watermelon that's cut for like on a cat's head. Oh, they just thought that was the funniest thing. And they sent it to me in a group text. It was like, this is what your hair looks like. I'm like, okay, like that's not nice, but okay, I'm going to go in my bedroom and cry now because I thought it was a cute haircut. But then if they really want to get at me, they will compare me to another mom. Oh, that's eternal damage. Like that, you can't repair that.
You've got some tough competition in the mom department too, in our circle of friends.
I know. One time Ellie said, I wish I lived with Fa. And I looked at her and I said, me too.
What could you do?
Because Fa's house is amazing. She has the best food. She is always cooking. I have to say, if they're all 3 together, the one that doesn't really pile on but is still present in the whole ganging up is Parker. Like, she's more quiet. Like, she doesn't say much. She's smart. She knows where the money comes from. She is not ruining her.
But she does lob in the occasional ha 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 he he.
Oh, but that's
she'll like their in the family group text. She will like what they just said.
But she's the smartest one because she's thinking, I need to get my hair done next week, and I'm about to hit up mom for some money, so I'm not going to go hard at her right now. Like it's all about with her. It's the cash funnel.
Yeah, that's the bottom line with her.
And so she's not going to ruin that. No. The other 2, they'll burn the entire house down with themselves standing in it.
I would say, though, that Mia and Parker are more subject-based in their critiques of us as parents. So it'll be a specific thing or incident or something we said that we shouldn't have said. Whereas Ellie, I feel, is really just attacking my character all the time.
She doesn't make you cry.
She does not make me cry.
She makes me cry.
the way I look at it, and I want you to come to my way of thinking. First off, I was really tough on my dad, and it never seemed to bother him. He just called me ignorant all the time. When I was smart with him, or I had something to say as a teenager, or even into my young adult life, he would just say, well, you're ignorant. You don't know anything. So you're entitled to your thoughts, but they're meaningless. And so
How did that make you feel?
it made me feel like this big. Whenever I hear the word ignorant now, as a grown man, it's a trigger. It's like when I hear some cultures are more ignorant than others, or this or that, I could read it in a textbook or in a newspaper article.
Do you hear your dad in your ear?
Yeah, like I see the word and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so ignorant. And you know what? Here's the thing. Like as I've grown older, not with everything, he tend to he sort of slathered it on a lot. But in reality, there were many, many things, life things, where I was truly ignorant and arrogant. And in fairness to my father, God rest his soul,
He was right.
I hate to say it, but yeah, there were times he was right. So the way I view our children is
she right?
no. I say to myself, well, when I was figuring out whether to pay the electric bill or pay for your field trip, you were playing with My Little Pony, so you don't get a vote. And anything you say doesn't matter. So let's fast forward another 10 years when they're paying for their own rent. Like Parker is seeing it now. Do you realize how nice Parker's become in the past 6 months?
Oh yeah, it's noticeable.
Because she's paying her own bills.
Yeah,
And
it's
now
true.
all of a sudden she kind of gets us. You know, she understands. And fortunately, she's a hard worker. I give her all the credit in the world for that. And she's making it work for herself. But man, it's coming with a lot less attitude lately, isn't it?
It has. Agreed.
Yeah.
I mean, do you remember the time when they said that they were so little, but they have said this as teenagers too, that you are lazy.
Yeah, they called me lazy.
Okay, this is a man who's like worked 2 to 3 jobs at a time,
Yeah.
and would come home and take them to soccer on a Saturday morning, wake up early from just working a long shift, like maybe you had worked 2 jobs that day, whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
and then because you're pure exhaustion, you passed out on the couch at
Yeah.
like 1:00 in the afternoon on a Saturday just from complete pure exhaustion. And Mia walks by and says, "He's so lazy."
It's true. It's true.
You never got upset. I would have gone hysterical, like crying, yelling. How could they say that? Like, I'm so personal. It's so personal for me.
It is. Because for you, when they come at you like that, especially all those years where I was out working and all that other stuff, like I fully admit, like I would come home and be the fun guy. And I think you spending all that time with them, I think you absorb a lot more of their critique because you, ounce for ounce, were pouring way more into them minute by minute than I was, you know?
Huh. I have to think about that. And it could honestly be like 4 words that they said that was so painfully cutting. And it will really resonate with me for like days after. And you didn't even hear those 4 words. Like it
No.
goes right over. Like you honestly don't care.
The one that really does throw me for a loop once in a while is when Ellie tells me I'm so close-minded.
Oh, that's
Even though
insane.
like hardcore Democrat, dyed in the wool, like social issues, I read about them, I follow them, I think society should serve the people, all that stuff. Oh man, it's never enough for her. It's never enough, you know? And so
It's true. She called me a homophobe. My best friend's a lesbian. That's her godmother. How am I a homophobe? I don't even know like where that comes from. Like, I don't know.
well, not only that, I mean, if you looked on the refrigerator at our house at home, I think we were the only heterosexual all-white couple on that refrigerator.
That is true. I think she just does that to be mean.
Oh, for sure. Or it's because I think it's her way of basically, I think, you know, she's my father reincarnated, just basically telling me I'm ignorant. You know?
I never thought of that.
Yeah. She's basically telling me I'm not as enlightened as I think I am.
Okay, how come you haven't cried when she says that?
I guess it really is like I do have my father to thank for giving me that thick skin because,
How has she not brought you to your knees in tears?
it just tells me she doesn't even know who I am in some departments,
Wow, that's a really good way of looking at it. I've never looked at it that way, like they just don't know who I am. I keep telling them over and over again, I'm a human being. I keep telling them that.
Yeah.
And I don't think they understand. I keep saying to them, I'm a person with feelings because I think that kids tend to look at their parents sometimes as robots, as I can say and do whatever I want to this person and they'll still love me.
Yeah.
That's not true.
It's not.
I will
it's
stop
actually not
loving you.
true.
I will literally stop loving you. Don't be mean to me. And I have to remind them that I am a person. Okay, here's something interesting. You mentioned about Parker understanding what it's like to pay your own bills and coming around to like, okay, my parents maybe aren't as bad as I thought they were. And Ellie always criticizing our behavior. So Ellie is known to call me a Karen all the time. If somebody,
Which is hilarious.
Yeah, if somebody charges me more, if somebody is rude to me, whatever. And if I just even say like, God, that person's just having a bad day, she's like, you're such a Karen. So I'm like, what? Can't even complain about bad service. Okay, like I'm complaining to you. I did not ask for the manager. I literally am in the car complaining to you.
Well, okay, so we need to wrap this up, but I want to say that I fully acknowledge nothing is getting solved here because I know you're saying what you're saying now and you're hearing what I'm saying, but I know the next time they lob an insult at you, you're going to be crying again. And
Yep.
That's unfortunate. The only thing I can say is my takeaway is 2 out of 3 of our children have not been battle tested yet. Parker's out in the world now. She's not in college anymore. She's making her own way, paying her own tab, all that, right? The other 2 are still living off the tit a little bit. You know what I mean? Like they're still in college. They're still, Dad, can I have $100?
Oh, you're saying life
just yesterday. Yeah, when I say battle tested,
You mean life hasn't had its way
I
with-
don't mean showing up to class. Okay, showing up to class is not battle tested. Battle tested is can I afford shoes, right?
Yeah, that is true.
So 2 out of 3 of our kids have not been battle tested yet. But from my vantage point, it's coming, and I can't wait because it's a lot of fun to watch when reality comes.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll give it just we have like 4 or 5 more years with these other 2.
We have 2 and 3 years. I'm already counting.
All right. Well, that's today's version of Nothing Got Solved.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.